Braden, your first game back with Hershey, you had a shutout against the Phantoms. After the last 2 games you had in D.C., which were both losses, what did that mean to you? How much did that game help your confidence?
It was huge. It was nice to get back in a group that I was comfortable with, and a level that I can feel I can succeed at and work on my things to play better at the next level. But it's a very tough league to play in, and it was nice to get a little some success rate right off the bat, but got knocked back down to earth the next day. So.
That's okay. How would you rate your stint in DC this year? What was the one thing that you took away from it?
There's it was a lot of fun, but at the same time, it's not it's not all the glitz and glamour that everyone thinks. It's a job, and there's a reason why the guys get paid so much. That it's tough, and it's difficult to succeed at that level. And the biggest thing I took out of it was there's a couple of games that I felt pretty comfortable in, and that I did fairly well and was seeing the puck fairly well. But and then a couple that I just wasn't there, and I think that was a big thing, that there was some aspects that I didn't feel very comfortable with up there, and that I need to work on to get better, and then I'll be able to succeed up there.
How did you feel your aggressiveness played up there in general? Because I know you missed that one poke check on the game.
Yeah, it was probably the biggest thing that I struggled with over the time was the game's different. Obviously, the Capitals play a different style than most teams in the league or in this league for that matter. And just knowing when to be aggressive and when not to, that was most of the times that I got burnt. And the Vanek goal was a tough one. I didn't play it very well, but I got caught a little flat-footed, and that was one thing I wasn't very happy with. It wasn't more of missing the poke check; it was getting caught in no man's land. But no, it was a fun experience.
All right. Well, can you explain how much it actually meant to play in the NHL finally? Was this a childhood dream of yours, and did you ever have any doubts along the way?
Surprisingly, I never had any doubts. It's been a dream of mine since I was probably 3 or 4. So for as long as I can remember, that's all I wanted to be. And it is a bit different though. It's when you're young, you think it's just amazing to be there, and that things will just come so easy. But it's life, and the longer you're here and realize that it's not always going to be a happy time. But that first game, I shared a lot of emotion that probably won't kick in until the end of the year. It was great. My dad came down, and it was I couldn't imagine spending it without him, and that meant a lot.
Okay. One thing we noticed, our lead writer Peter did, was that you paused at the bench before leading the team out on the ice for your first NHL start. What was going through your head at that time?
Actually, I do that before every period. Just one of those calming things. I actually, to tell you the truth, my dad used to do when I used to watch him, and I just did it ever since. But a lot of it has to do with my goalie coach back home that I work with in junior, and in the summers he's a sports psychologist and teach a lot of breathing to calm yourself down. And if there's any situation that you need to be calmed down, it's definitely those first couple of games.
Okay, the Devils game on November 22nd might have been the worst game that Caps have played actually in years. How do you recover from a loss like that as a goalie? Do you have any lingering thoughts about the game, or were you eager to move on?
I've heard a lot about that the guys didn't play that well, but I kind of disagree with a lot of that. I think a big part of that is with your goalie, you have to feel confident, and I didn't have a good game in Atlanta, and then kind of a surprise start against the Devils, and a couple bounces right off the start that I didn't control my emotions very well with, that I felt that I could have been the difference in giving a momentum changer to our team, and I didn't do that. But I know I'm capable of doing that, and if the situation ever arises again, I'll be more than up to the challenge.
Okay. I'm not sure if you know this, but you've begun a reputation for being frank and self-critical in post-game interviews, like this one. Are you tougher on yourself than others are?
I think so. I've always been my biggest critic. I think there's, especially with goaltending, the goal is only so big, and I feel that there's always a way to stop everything. And if you're gonna get better, and with myself, I've never been the top of the chain in sense of prospects or anything. So it's been. I feel like I've had to improve a lot more to make sure that I'm making it to the next level and proving everyone wrong. And I think in order to do that, I've always been hard on myself. I've improved on it actually lately. I've been a little lighter and kind of more relaxed, but I don't think I'll ever get rid of it.
What has a newbie meant to your development as a goalie?
Oh, it's just, he's a quiet guy. We have a good relationship, but it's not full of conversation or anything. But it's just amazing to watch a guy that's so naturally talented as him. He's the type of goalie that you'll ask him how he did something, and he'll have no clue because it just comes so natural to him. That,
it makes it look easy.
It makes it look very easy, very efficient, no wasted energy, and I think it just comes natural with him. His angles are so good that he never really loses the net, and it's been a great opportunity for me to learn from a guy like that coming up. And obviously, I'm still in competition with him, but my opinion, he has the ability to be one of the top goalies in the NHL, and I'm sure he'll do it one day.
Okay. Now, last year, this was kind of big among our readers. When you were called to play for the Capitals, you were sitting on the bench one game by Alex Simmons, and CSN panned to you guys, and you guys were sharing a long party laugh. With that said, how much English does Alex Simmons actually know?
And I don't even know if he knows any, to tell you the truth.
But you guys didn't need a translator there.
Yeah, we were actually laughing. The puck went up on, I think it was Giguère at the time.
Yeah.
And puck went way in the air, and he was looking in the corner in his stance, and it was on the other side, so he was joking about it. But I kind of just went with it. He found it pretty funny, so I just started laughing as well. I was new to that, so I didn't want to rub anyone wrong. I just laughed and smiled.
Okay, so I'm not sure you're familiar with this, but at the beginning of the year, Nicholas Backstrom bought every player who made the Capitals roster out of training camp and iPad. Now that you've had an NHL paycheck for about a month, will you be doing that for all your Bears teammates?
Nicky makes fair a little bit more than I do, so no, I wish I could.
Well, not even some new clothes or some drinks or at the bar or something, no?
But basically when anyone gets sent down from the NHL, there's put money on the board that goes to our team for our rookie parties and whatnot. So usually put a good chunk on there to keep the boys out of your back pocket for being cheap.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, man. I really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.